Take all the suckers' monies. That's the name of the game here in America. Take the suckers' money and spend it on something that will oppress them. Welcome to the Poor Man Philip DeFranco Show. I'm your poor man's Philly DeFranco. Coming to you live in between running errands. Out the front seat of a car. This shit is wild. The world is crazy. Hold on. You're gonna slow your roll for a minute. This world is wild. News stories today. Tesla is suing a customer that bought a truck. Jesus Christ. Tesla is suing one of its loyal fan base who signed up to buy its truck, like first out the gate. Like, dude waited in line outside Tesla if that's how they would do it. Nah, you just sign up. But you get what I'm saying. Like, dude, oh, Coup the Freestyle, what's up? Oh man, I told you I'm never on Discord. I'm sorry. I will check it later today. But Tesla is suing a customer, one of their diehard loyal fans, suing them or going to sue them for $50,000 if this fan, this Tesla fanatic, tries to sell his truck. We're going to talk about that. And also here in Massachusetts, where weed is legal, the cannabis is legal, the island off Massachusetts, Martha's Vineyard. By the way, who's Martha? Never even considered that. Who's Martha of Martha's Vineyard? I must have been like the original Karen. She's like, I want to talk to Massachusetts' manager. That island, I'm going to have to confiscate it. Martha's Vineyard is run out of weed. Just fucking smuggle some over there. I'm sorry. I'm going to curse because this country is so stupid. It is the dumbest fucking country filled with morons, including me. I'm not excluding myself from that. But man, you sign up to buy a Tesla thinking like, oh, we live in a free country, and the company turns around and says, you try to sell that truck and we're going to sue you for 50 grand and ban you for a lifetime. You'll never buy a Tesla again. And then Massachusetts legalized weed, but somehow they can't get it to the island. They can't ship it. Unless it's grown there, you cannot ship it. That's what they're saying. I'm like, man, call up some old school OG drug runners and they'll get you your weed on the island, okay? This is just absolutely crazy. All right, Coup the Freestyle. I made a group chat with me, you, and Corrupted. Awesome. Jesus, how could they, man? Awesome. So I'll check Discord a little bit later, Coup. Good to see you. So let's start off with this Martha's Vineyard thing. Because Martha's Vineyard, if you don't know, here in Massachusetts, we legalized it recreationally. So not just medically, but here in Massachusetts, it's just considered like alcohol. Like, that's what cannabis is. And that's what it should be in all of America. For those who don't know, the government got a patent in 2001 or 2002 on the health benefits of cannabis. So the government has a patent on its health, on its antioxidants and the health benefits for it. So the reason that it's a Schedule 1 drug is strictly to lock up people of color, criminalize the hippies and the pothies. And that's all. That's the only reason that America still has cannabis scheduled as a drug with no health benefits and high addictive rate. Because if you go and Google the U.S. government's patent on cannabis, you'll find it out. I forget the number. I put in one of my freestyles. Not my freestyle. Sorry, I was looking at. I put in one of my live streams. So, I always thought, by the way, that once you got off the coast of America, you were in international waters, right? Because you can't own the coast. I mean, you can't own the ocean. I get that, like, a certain amount off of the coast here in Massachusetts would technically be, you know, Massachusetts property, I guess you could say. But they're having a problem because Martha's Vineyard, where part of Massachusetts, it's legal to grow and sell cannabis. but somehow, unless they grow it there, they could get busted by the feds shipping it over. This is the dumbest fucking story. I mean, I can't get over this. I'm like, if I owned, and by the way, I put the links in the description. I put the links in the description to these articles so you could read it. You could see the picture of the guy who owns the weed store in West Tisbury. Of course, he's an old 77-year-old white dude, probably a billionaire already. Probably doesn't need this cannabis store. They should have gave it to some dude that had an arrest record, probably a black kid the only black kid that grew up in Martha's Vineyard. He should be the one to allowed to run the cannabis shop. But never do that. Of course, these old white guys dominate the fucking weed industry. I hate that. I hate it so much because they weren't the ones doing prison time. Okay. Anyways, I continue on. So they're saying the debate, you can read this for yourself, is that if they try to ship over cannabis to Martha's Vineyard, that it could be a violation of federal law because federally it's still illegal. Stupid. But I'm like, what, is the Coast Guard going to be waiting? Send out a bunch of... Listen, this dude that owns a cannabis shop, he's got to be a billionaire, okay? You don't own a cannabis shop on Martha's Vineyard and not have $100 million. Maybe not a billionaire, sorry. But he's definitely like a multi-millionaire. Multi. You just... I'll solve your problem. I'll consult for you. West Tisbury, 77-year-old white dude. You run a bunch of skippers, whatever they call schooners. You run like 10 of them, and you send them all out at once, and they rush. And you play 3-car Monte with that, and you have one of them with a little bit of weed, one of them with the real amount of weed. And then the rest of them are just decoys, and you send them all out. And let the Coast Guard chase you. You got the money. What are they going to do anyways? Didn't Joe Biden say he's not sending anyone else to prison for this? So it's like, it is totally worth breaking the law because, number one, the law is stupid. The law does not make any sense because as soon as you put your feet on the land, guess what? It's totally legal. So just what? While you're on a boat, it's illegal? Get the fastest fucking boat you can get and go straight across the Martha's Vineyard. The fact that this is a debate shows you that it's a bunch of inept people, in charge, because this is stupid. I'm not keeping up with the with the comments right now. But this is what's happening in Massachusetts. The brilliant minds that are working upon this solution. It just shows you what a waste of money our government will put into some stupid ass thing. It's like, listen, here's another idea. If it's illegal to bring the cannabis across the water, fly it over there. Rent a fucking helicopter. What are you going to get pulled over in the air? These people are so dumb. This fucking dude that owns this fucking weed store, like, the whole debate is like, we can't put it on a ship and bring it over there because it's not international waters, international law. Hire pirates to ship it over there. And if not, get a fucking helicopter, dude. Who is going to be able to monitor the air? Get a private helicopter, take off and go over there. Don't tell anybody. Jesus, these people, they are so dumb. Absolutely morons. And this is why these old rich white dudes should not be able to run these cannabis stores. Because if you put this in the hands of me and my friends who have gone to jail, some of my friends have gone to prison for weed, guess what? There would be no issue with Martha's Vineyard being dry for the summer. We would have already figured this out, and we would have never alerted anybody. We would have just handled it and made sure Martha's Vineyard. Here's my plea for you guys to have somebody who knows what's going on run the cannabis industry over there on that island, because you got a bunch of dodos. They had these photos in the link to the article. The AP wrote an article on it because it's been going around here in Massachusetts for a while, but I've just ignored it because I was like, this is so stupid. I can't believe they're wasting time, money, resources on this. But there's like these old ladies now who are walking their dogs who they're interviewing, and they're like, I can't get my weed. It's like, hey, listen, old white ladies, if you want your weed on that island, get those old white dudes, those rich old white dudes who just cornered this market to make a profit, a killing off you. Let them people who love this plant, who cherish this industry, who were in it when it was a black market, who was underground. Let us run it. You'll never run out of weed. I give you my word. I give you my word. And guess what? We'll charge you less too. We don't want the profit. We're in it because we believe in what this magical plant does. And I don't even fucking smoke. I'll tell you that right now. I don't even smoke. I just love what this plant can do, how it heals people, how it's helped my friends, how it's helped people out of addiction. So these dumb knuckleheads, the fact that they are writing, they're like, talk about narking on yourself, right? These people in Martha's Vineyard, this guy, the 77-year-old guy, should have got his name, that owns the weed store in Martha's Vineyard, is doing interviews with the AP press. Like, you fucking numbskull. You don't go to the press. You say, don't worry. You say, do not worry. We've got it handled. Martha's Vineyard is going to have its weed. We're figuring out. We're growing it really quick. And then you give a wink and a nod. And then you have ships coming in. You have fucking helicopters flying in. You're just dropping it with parachutes. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Pull over your helicopter? The second you touch down, you go, guess what? I'm legal again. That just goes to show that people who don't know their ass from their elbow when it comes to the cannabis industry are running things. And it's infuriating. It makes me want to just rent a boat, fill the thing to the brim with weed, and just go over there and put this dude out of business. He was complaining in the AP article, which is down in the comment in the description. He's complaining. He's like, I'm going to go out of business. You need to go out of business because you dummy. You didn't know to prepare for the summertime when the most people come to Martha's Vineyard and out of the whole year. Like, your business deserves to go out of business, 77-year-old white dude. You absolutely should not be the monopoly on Martha's Vineyard for cannabis. If this is in the news, you're a dodo. Cool screenshot, by the way. What? They ain't getting pulled over and yeah, rent a jetpack. That's a brilliant. Hey, we got jetpacks now. Rent a jetpack, bro. Rent a jetpack and just bring it over there. My goodness. So I'm sorry I have to go through this because it's just, it's common sense. It's like, shut your mouth. Don't talk to the press. Stop doing, interviews and just handle it. Just like Tupac said, put your chest out, keep your chin up and just handle it. God, I cannot believe this is in the news. This is infuriating. Now, let's talk about Tesla, okay? If you didn't know, you got to get on a wait list to buy a Tesla truck. I don't know why you'd do that. I don't know why you'd pay that amount of money for something that just isn't what it is. I don't know if you saw the picture of the guy who polished his Tesla truck so good that it turned invisible. It just reflected everything. That is the most dangerous. Like, there's going to be a $1 billion lawsuit when somebody's driving an invisible car on the highway and, careens into everyone. Search that image up. It's fascinating. Or maybe I'll put it on the live stream one of these days. So Tesla, you got to sign up to buy a truck. And they also have a contract. Remember, we live in the land of the free. Right? Everybody likes to talk about the free market. America, home of the brave, land of the free. Let's see how free we are after this story. You buy a Tesla, you have to sign a contract that says like a no sale for a year. You have to own that truck for a year, which is fucking crazy. Imagine buying a TV, okay? Or just anything. Just anything. Just imagine buying like a pair of sneakers, Jordans, right? Get on a waiting list, you get your Jordans, and before you purchase it, you have to sign a contract that says you will not resell these or give these Air Jordans away for a year, or Nike will sue you for $50,000 and you'll be banned from buying Air Jordans for the rest of your life. If that sounds crazy, if that sounds like we don't live in the land of the free, guess fucking what? That's what Tesla does. Link in the description. You can read it for yourself. For all you Elon fanboys, this is the most communist bullshit, to use your words. I like communism. But the most, authoritarian, tyrannical, tyrant BS. This is the most bogus thing I've ever heard of. Because this guy who's in the article, when he went on the wait list to buy the Tesla truck, he owned a home. It was no problem for an 18-foot long, 8-foot wide truck, right? By the time he got the Tesla, he was living in an apartment and the truck doesn't fit in the parking spot. So he went to the dealer and said, hey, I need to sell this back to you guys. And they said, nope, just because it doesn't fit in the parking spot doesn't meet your no sale for a year requirements. So if you sell this, we're going to sue you for $50,000 and you'll never buy a Tesla again. If you're an Elon fanboy, tell me how this is like free market. This is capitalism. This is, him caring about his customers. It's just a threat. It's a fucking Lottie threat. A billionaire company wants to sue you because you're like, I can't use this truck. I need to resell it. Imagine that. Imagine any car you bought. I mean, why would you buy a car and then resell it? It's going to lose the value. But just let's say something happened and you needed to resell it. Imagine having to sign a contract when you buy a car that says, I will not resell it for a year. Is this really the land of the free? This is bullshit, man. This is the land of billionaires and corporations get to do whatever they want and we all get screwed. That's what this is. Tesla is a joke company. Anyone that makes you sign a contract saying something you bought and owned, think about this. Something you paid a lot of money for that you allegedly own, you should have the freedom to do whatever you want with, but they have a contract that says if you try to sell the thing you owned, you will be sued for $50,000. And not only that, but they put you on a blacklist and you can never buy Tesla again. I think after they sued you for 50 grand, you'd never want to buy Tesla again, but it's just hilarious. This hearse keeps driving around. I want to buy a hearse. My brother gave me a great idea. He said down in Savannah, look at that hearse. He said down in Savannah, they have hearse tours. They cut out the back of the hearse so everybody can sit there. And now I really want to get my hands on a hearse and do a tour around Salem. So if anybody wants to do some undercover cop, see you. If anybody wants to do some crowdfunding to chip in so I can buy a hearse, I'll tell you what, if you're an investor and you want to do that, you get free Salem tours in the hearse forever, for a lifetime. And I'll never sue you. Ku is Indian, by the way. Awesome. I was going to ask you guys, is it the Coptic Christians in Egypt? Do you know, my Egypt friends, my Egypt homies? Are they called the Coptic? I meant to look this up because I didn't know if you guys were going to be in here. But where I used to live on the South Shore, there was a family that came from Egypt, and their kids would play with my kids at the playground. And the little boy, they spoke like broken English, so it was hard to like completely have conversations. I would use the translator on my phone, but he showed us the little boy who was like my daughter's age. So at the time, they must have been 4 or 5. But he had a tattoo of a cross. And I forget the whole story. I got to look it up because it's very fascinating. But it was like the Christians in Egypt, and the boy had to be tattooed for his religion. I forget. It was just one of the most powerful things when they were telling me through the translation. So I wanted to ask you guys about that. I think it's called Coptic Christians in Egypt. Again, I could totally be wrong. I didn't get to research it, so I didn't want to talk about it on the live stream. I wanted to wait. I didn't know you guys were going to be in here. And I did not get to read all the comments, you guys. Okay, today episode's so annoying with him keep on mentioning Skibbity Toilet. What? I haven't mentioned Skibbity Toilet. I don't know what you guys are talking about. All right. I got to wrap this up. But, man, we live in an absolutely insane place and time. I feel like this is bizarro world, that you buy something that you own it, and you be sued if you sell it. And then banned for life. I think they do the ban for life to make you, it's like negging someone, you know, like pretending like, we don't want you anymore. But really, what they're trying to do is make you want it even more. So it's like a threat of like, oh, you'll never be able to buy one again. But guess what? If you're trying to sell your Tesla within a year, I'm guessing you don't give a shit if you ever buy one again. It's not like they release one. What, you'll get the version 2 before you die? You know, like they're releasing them every 40 years at this point, even though Elon promises like every month there's an update. Okay. Martha's Vineyard, figure shit out. Use a helicopter to get the weed out there. Just hire a professional OG cannabis user. they'll solve your problem. And stop going to the news. Bunch of narcs. Stop going to the news trying to tattle. Yeah, the state won't let us get our weed out here. Just shut up and handle it, okay? You got millions. And then Elon, stop suing your customers. It's a bad look. What kind of customer satisfaction rating do you think they have? 0? Imagine you bought a phone and they're like, we're suing you. We're suing you. And you can never come back to our business again. Fucking weird, right? This is bizarre, right? I'm not alone here. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hit subscribe. I didn't say hit subscribe. You gotta hit subscribe. We crack 1,300 subscribers. Thank you, because you did that, not me. You did that, and I am deeply, deeply grateful for everybody who has subscribed. It means the world to me. Tony Robbins is doing another event with snake oil salesman, scam artist, and real estate fraud who was sued and had to settle out of court, or settle due to a court injunction or whatever, Dean Graziosi. And I'm thinking about maybe covering it again, because I did one a few years ago. People like that. And these guys are such... I used to like Tony Robbins, and now that he's teamed up with this snake oil con man, Dean Graziosi, I feel like I gotta expose these fools, because people are getting tricked, and people are vulnerable, man. People are vulnerable. They're looking for help, and I hate when powerful people take advantage of the vulnerable, and that's what Dean Graziosi is. So I might do another video on that. Leave it in the comments if you think that'd be a good idea. I might just do it anyways, because I have fun going to those. It's a free event. Free virtual event. And ooh, once you see through the bullshit, and you're just like, these guys are just trying to hard sell you on nothing. They're like, we can manage your time and make you a superhero. And you're like, really? Okay. You want me to pay $2,000 for that? Get the fuck out of here. All right, I gotta go. Please hit subscribe. That's what I was saying. I was thanking everybody for subscribing, but please hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell, because I go live every weekday. And thumbs up that button. Peace.